We are so excited to tell you about Daily Coach TV. It's a brand new live stream show, 45 minutes long, and it's co-hosted by WNBA champion and Women's Basketball Hall of Famer Lynn Dunn and Maryland Men's Basketball's Director of Process, Coach Josh Chambers. Our first episode is streaming June 2nd at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, and you can register for free following the link in the description. If you can't join live, you can register anyway, and you can access the replay through the weekend. We like to describe Daily Coach TV as listening in on a discussion between 4 to 5 top coaches across several different sports who are known as much for their leadership as their results. So join us on June 2nd and stay tuned as we announce our guests for the first episode. Welcome to the Daily Coach's Sports Leadership Lessons, a reading of some of our greatest hits from more than 6 years of email newsletters that have been read by tens of thousands of leaders and learners. If you want our latest newsletter delivered to your inbox every day, you can subscribe for free at thedaily.coach/subscribe or follow the link in the description. Why we should be in founder mode. In an essay on his website, programmer and investor Paul Graham writes about hearing Brian Chesky, the founder of Airbnb, discussing the pitfalls of companies that begin as startups and morph into large enterprises. When Chesky started Airbnb, he devoted every waking hour to his project. What began as an idea quickly grew into a huge business, with many offering advice on what's next. As the business grew, Chesky moved from being a founder to taking more of a hands-off approach. The advice he received from highly successful leaders was to hire smart, talented people and let them do their jobs. Chesky listened to their advice, but suddenly, Airbnb became a disaster. As things were slipping away, Chesky studied how Steve Jobs ran Apple and quickly decided to shift the leadership direction from manager mode back to founder mode. Graham coined the term in his essay, and it's since become a new buzzword around the corporate world. Here's a breakdown of the two different styles of leadership. Founder mode refers to leadership style characterized by a deep involvement in all aspects of the business, a hands-on approach and attention to details, direct engagement with all employees, and leadership driven by vision and passion for the company's mission. It's often associated with micromanagement and an intense work culture. Proponents argue that founder mode allows for faster decision-making, a preservation of the company's vision and culture, and more innovative and disruptive approaches. Manager mode, on the other hand, is described as a more traditional leadership style, characterized by delegating responsibilities, a focus on high-level strategy and oversight, and a reliance on established management practices and structures. Advocates of manager mode claim it enables better scalability for growing companies, more sustainable work-life balance, and a development of a strong leadership team. When David Chase was trying to sell his idea for a television series, he struggled. When he finally sold The Sopranos to HBO, Chase spent the next 7 years in founder mode. The Sopranos was his baby. Every word, every scene had to meet his level of approval. Even though he didn't write every script, he outlined the year and was ultimately intimately involved with the final product and devoted his life to the show. He never shifted to manager mode, often to the chagrin of actors and writers. Everyone involved understood Chase was devoted to the details. Moving from founder mode to manager mode also occurs in sports, especially when a young assistant becomes a first-time head coach. As a new leader, the coach allows the assistants to run their area of specialty, in part because they were assistants and they didn't want any interference from the head coach. Only when the young head coach behaves as a founder does the team take on an identity and personality of its leader. For any leader, having success in a startup company or being promoted to a bigger role isn't a reason to step back. It becomes an incentive to step forward and become more involved, thus protecting the product. All great companies or organizations are built on the premise of founder mode. When they shift to manager mode, trouble starts and the end is near. Being a founder is hard. Being successful is even harder. But letting others take control of your dream won't ever work. Embrace the hard. Be a founder. Thanks for joining this episode of The Daily Coach. On behalf of Michael Lombardi, Coach George Raveling, and the entire Daily Coach team, we're grateful for your support. Remember, the most important person you will ever lead is yourself. Keep growing, keep learning, and most importantly, keep showing up.